came with the subbing in the cup with it. Please, none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies, all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, sink ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition, a exciting edition of the Tuesday Night Podcast, one of the hottest, one of the rising podcasts here in the DFW. That is Walking His Way in Impact Podcast. Of course, you know who I am. I am the founder. I am the CEO, the curator, the visionary, Furman Jackson Jr., broadcaster here once again at DFW, like I stated before. Along with me, my special guest co-host. She's an entrepreneur. She's a media personality. It's Shy once again. Shy, what's up with you? I hope everything's been good, which I know it has. Then the answer's going to be yes. So what's been going on with you? How was your week so far?
What's up, Furman? Hello, everyone. Man, happy Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday, right? My week has been phenomenal so far. So glad it's Tuesday. I'm here with you. Can't wait for the show.
Awesome. You know what? I'm very excited to be with you again. I know we're live streaming on all major platforms. We're live streaming right now on our personal page as well. So if you're watching us on my page, it's Furman Jackson Jr., big shout out to everybody who's watching it. If you're watching on Shy and big shout out to you that's watching on it as well. We are live streaming on YouTube. We're also live streaming on Walking His Ways Facebook page as well. Also, gotta give a big shout out to those who listen to us not visually but vocally on iHeart Podcast, Spotify Podcast, Google Podcast. We're on all social media platforms. All you gotta do is type in Walking His Ways Impact What's Podcast. You can go back and listen to past episodes. So we appreciate everybody who's tuning in right now. Matter of fact, if you're tuning in, man, share with everybody because this is a very jam-packed episode. I'm very excited that we're going to be playing some music videos here tonight as well, here on the podcast. Now on that, we're going to be talking about movies. We're going to be talking about great storylines. We're going to be talking about entrepreneurship. We're going to be talking about, you name it, all the great stuff here on the podcast. And Sean, I'm very excited to have our very special guest. He's from my hometown of Mobile, Alabama. He's a rising, up-and-coming film director. We're going to see his moves on the big screen. We're going to say his moves will be box office. He's going to be in the status with the Denzel's movies, the Jamie Foxx movies, the Al Pacinos, the Robert De Niro's, all that good stuff. So, Bama boy, welcome, sir. You're not a stranger to the podcast. Man, appreciate you taking time out of this productive schedule. I reached out to you, my brother. You glad to accept the invitation and you're back here. I know you have the movie that you're working on, gaming, of course, and all this stuff. So, man, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience here on Walking This Way Impact Wars Podcast.
Well, y'all can hear me all right? Everything good?
Yeah, we get you loud and clear.
All right. Well, I'm Bama Boy Buck. You know, I'm a filmmaker. I'm from Trinity Garden, which is in Mobile, Alabama. And then I got my main feature film coming up soon. I do a whole bunch of other stuff. I rap. I do a spoken word, little acting here and there, write, just a whole bunch of different stuff. Anything dealing with media, pretty much.
Man, that's what's up. And I know you're a very productive individual out there making stuff happen. Also, we got to give a big shout out to Alexander Scott out of Mobile, Alabama. He's an actor.
Yeah, that's my boy. What up, Alex?
He said, what's going on, bro? I enjoyed working with him. He said he enjoyed working with you. So big shout out to Alexander Scott. He's been on the show here numerous times as well. So big shout out to him. He's a faithful supporter of the podcast. But tonight, man, we want to bring some energy on the show. We want to have a great time here on the show. Like I said, this is a jam-packed episode. So we got some music videos lined up as well. So we're about to take it to the next level here on the podcast. We know you got gaming that's coming out. I know you have other projects that you're working on as well. So let's go ahead and start it out. So, Bama Boy, I know you have a very productive schedule, man. How are you doing it? How are you maintaining from doing interviews, directing? How do you handle it all? Because we know that it takes a very unique individual to handle your schedule, because the average person can't handle your schedule. You got to be a very special individual with the heart to handle your situation, when I say situation, your schedule. So how do you handle everything?
Well, to be honest, I'm still trying to figure it out. But I just try to plan as much as I can. I actually created me a schedule as far as when I'm gonna do like my casting call, when I'm gonna do the table reads, when I'm gonna do the shooting, the filming, the editing, for all my shows and movies. So I just try to plan as much as possible. I usually don't plan, but when like a project this big, I found it beneficial to go ahead and plan everything out, and that way I know what I need to do when I need to do it, and try to stick to the schedule as much as possible. Sometimes, you know, things happen, life happens, so you got to adjust it a little bit. That's actually where I'm at now. I'm in the stage where I got to adjust my schedule a little bit because some things kind of put me back a little bit. But yeah, I just plan it, schedule it out, and stay committed to it, and just move forward. So that's where I'm at now.
And that's what's up. You know what, man? It takes a special soldier as yourself to endure. We know the scripture talks about being a good soldier and enduring. And we know the scripture said those who endure to the end shall be saved. So you got to be a soldier. You got to be a warrior. You got to be a fighter. You can't be, this ain't for the faint at heart. You got to keep pressing through. Even though we may all have setbacks, but we know that the comeback is way better than the setback. But we know it builds us up, builds our character, and to keep doing to the end. And I know you have the movie coming out, Gaming. I'm going to ask you more about that. I'm a gentleman, of course, so I know Shy, she want to ask you some questions. So go ahead, Shy. Fire away.
Okay. How you doing?
How did you know? How did you know? I'm doing great, Bama Boy Buck. First of all, where does his name come from? That's what I want to
know. Well, I'm from Alabama, but my grandmother, her name is actually Bama. And so, like, when Facebook first started, I was trying to find like a URL to put on Facebook. Mm-hmm. So I was gonna put Bama's Boy Buck. Buck is my childhood nickname. They say because I had big eyes when I was growing up. So I could put Bama's Boy Buck, but I could put like the apostrophe on the URL or anything like that. So I was like, let me just shorten it to Bama Boy Buck. And when I started rapping and everything like that, I just took that name and just ran with it.
You know what? And it works. It's very catchy. And to, piggyback off of what you're saying, when you were saying, like, writing it down, right? Writing your plan, because as we know, highly successful people write the vision and make it plain. The word of God tells us to write the vision and make it plain, so that another man can run with it, right? And so with you being a film director, it's very important that you're writing what's in your head, right, to be able to convey to other people. And so I get that part, and so how has writing your schedule down made you even more productive than before?
Yeah, it actually helped out a lot, because to be honest, I really don't plan a lot before. I just go with the flow. I have it all in my head, but I actually put it on paper. And so I work good under pressure, but I kind of procrastinate as well. So writing down and putting a schedule together actually stops me from procrastinating, because I look at it to see, okay, I need to do this by this date. I need to do that by that date. So it actually helped me out a lot than before. And so I don't think if I went by like how I used to do it, just have it in my mind, especially with all the things that I have to do with the filming it. I had to do the casting call. I had to do pretty much everything with the film. I'm doing the soundtrack to the film. And so, and like you said, it's going to be involved in the project. And so I have to write it down, and I can't just keep everything in my head. So it's helping me out a lot to write down and start doing that.
Good.
Man, and that's what's up. Just like timing. We know timing is everything. We know timing is the essence. And I'm at the point where I have to make sure I maximize my time. And I'm at that point now where I don't like doing everything last minute. I like doing everything ahead because anything can happen, but I just want to make sure everything. So I understand where you come from on that one. Having everything, having a deadline. We know movies are popping. We know movies been around for centuries. And we know that we have a lot of up and coming actors and actors who are getting into the movie business now. Bama boy, we see that transition. You had a lot of people who want to be artists, what is it, athletes, but now people are transitioning to the movie aspect of things. Did you ever expect this phenomenon to start taking place when it came from independent films and independent actors and actresses?
Can you repeat the question for me?
I asked about do you expect it's a phenomenon to take place? So we have a lot of individuals who are transitioning to doing movies now.
I expect it because movies is like a whole different level, especially like from sports or anything like that. They pay more. You're more versatile. Like you could do like it's like a rapper. For like if you're a rapper, you drop in a project maybe once every so often. But you can do a movie back to back to back to back to back, and you can have 4 or 5 movies coming out at the same time. So I pretty much expect it. I think that's why a lot of people, especially celebrities, tend to love acting more. I know I saw an interview with Bow Wow where he was talking about how once he started doing his acting, he was like, he really don't want to rap anymore because he don't have to deal with everything in the industry, the music industry. He don't have to deal with all that. Of course, there's stuff in the movie industry as well, but he didn't have to deal with everything in the movie industry, and then he can make more money and drop more projects as well. So,
and you know what? I think it makes sense for the transition that does take place. Especially, it ain't no age restriction when it comes to doing movies. You can do movies for a very long time compared to being an athlete. I mean, you can't be like in your 40s and 50s being a football player, basketball player. They cut off at a certain limit. But when you transition to being acting in media, you keep that going until have an age. So I understand why people make that transition for now to doing movies, to doing acting, and get into the media. A lot of people are get into more media. You see athletes are getting more into the media business as well, like the LeBron James, the Tom Brady's, Peyton Manning. They into production now. You got Steph Curry. He's going to do a documentary. So it's a lot of people are transitioning now to mainstream. We know a lot of stuff are live streaming now. So I see where the money aspect is coming in at, and I know that this is a money making system, you want per se. So Shai, you want to chime in on that?
Yeah, no, like you said, and then it's so funny because the strike just happened. So that's my question. With the strike happening, did that affect your production? Did that affect what you got going on? Are you independent? It did not, bother your progression. I really want to know how the strike that just ended, right? How it actually affected you, if at all.
And so I do all my production and everything myself, so it didn't affect me per se. As far as for like the actors, I have a different model to pay my actors for my feature model, which just to sum it up short, it's like I don't know if you all are familiar with NFTs, which is non-fungible tokens, but basically one of the things I'm gonna give all my cast. That's one of the main things with the strike is people they weren't getting paid, eliminate that, and have people get paid forever. And that also starts like a community, so everybody is part of the project, and everybody, the bigger the project is, the more I have a different model as far as in the future if everything goes good this time.
Man, that's what's up right there. I know you breaking up too. It's like you're going in and out. Bama boy. It's like you're going in and out. All right, can you see? So you should be good. Okay, yeah, I see you move. Okay, it's like it was freezing up on your end. See, you still freezing up? I think you.
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit.
Let me see. Go ahead and say something. We got hey Bam, go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say something. I think it froze up on his end. All right, we're gonna matter of fact, before we get that stuff, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We're gonna jump right back into our Q&A conversation.
Absolutely.
What's up, everybody? We are back here on Walking This Way's Impact Wars podcast. Big shout out to Truth Seeker how can I stand here? So, like I said, we're doing music videos here. I'm taking it to another level here, ladies and gentlemen. Walking this way is about to take it to the whole nother level with interviews, music, commercials, you name it. Like I said, I am accepting commercials where you doing hip hop, rap, gospel rap, pop music, rock music. There's no discrimination here on the podcast. We want all genres of music. I ask you to, man, make sure MP4 formatted. Email me at impactvoice12@gmail.com. I'll be glad to play your music videos here on the platform. And you know what I love about Shot and Belmont? I love seeing up-and-coming individuals who are about living their dream, turn their dreams into reality, and just really making stuff happen. And like that, big shout out to Truth Seeker. He's been a pioneer in the gospel industry for years in Alabama and surrounding areas. He submitted his video, and we're gonna play some more music videos as well. I got some more videos as well. So people really responding to the platform. So what do y'all think? What do y'all think about the music videos? So what y'all think about that? What you think about it?
I got some notes. I got some notes, Truth Seeker. So I hope you listening, okay, brother. I got some notes, okay. So first of all, okay, so the chorus. The only thing that really just kind of confused me was that chorus in the beginning. The sound at the beginning, I was kind of like wondering if my audio was messed up, right? So I mean, I think that chorus could definitely use some work. But you know what? Whenever I can see young urban men praise and worship God in their original form and different original ways, I love that. It's very inspiring to me. I really liked his black background. He kept it simple. It's almost like he was just in space and time, just him and God, right? He didn't need all the extra stuff. It was just his talent being showcased. I really like that. And I liked how you did, the words were popping out. I like the words every now popped out, to keep you going along with what he was saying. And he has really nice hair. His dreads were really great. I really did pick up on that. And his words were great. I like the message. So I don't know, Truth Seeker. I see you. I see you.
Awesome. And like I said, man, we appreciate him for just doing that. And like I said, just the thing about it, like I said, also with Bama Buck as well. I have to say these guys really inspire me more, Shot, the way they just take their craft to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
They take their craft seriously, and they all about making an impact, not just making a name for themselves, but utilizing their gift to impact other people's lives. Because we know what they're doing, when you're doing movies, when you're doing whatever you may be doing, is a reason behind why you're doing it for. A lot of people, I'm doing it because I want to make money and all this other stuff. But are you really doing it to impact other people's lives? Are you really doing it to change people's lives? That your craft is a form of ministry, because you never know what an individual may be going through or dealing with. Some people may be contemplating suicide. Somebody may went through a divorce. Someone may lost a loved one, a child. You never know. But by you doing your work, Bama Boy, meeting others, somebody said, "Oh man, his movie, his direct really changed my life. That it gave me a reason to live," and that's what we love about doing. So, Bama, we appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. I know you're excited about the upcoming project, gaming. We asked you some questions. Let me ask you this, Bama: what makes a great storyline? Because at the end of the day, you want to see a return on your investment, right? So, what makes a great storyline that gonna gravitate people's attention?
Well, for me, with everything that I do, all kind of media, I always want to. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. For me, I always want to make media relatable. You know what I'm saying? To me, once you can relate to people, that's when you really got them. I know my dad remember what you do, but they remember how you make them feel. So if it's relatable to them and they feel a certain way, they feel like, okay, well, they can put themselves in your shoes or whatever shoes that you're showing, whatever kind of media you do. As long as it's relatable, then I think they'll make them feel like, you know what I'm saying? Make it feel like they could be there too, or they could do whatever you're saying you can do. So I think making it relatable to people is how you make a good storyline. They'll make it more.
Yeah, because you really want to look at that. Okay, I want to give everybody, I want to give the viewing audience, the public, their time's worth and their money's worth. And I know that you cannot be lazy. You can't take a shortcut in putting out material because people will give a back. They will give a bad. They will give you a feedback because at the end of the day, it's about the people, right? It's about the audience. It's about what they want. What they're gonna keep them coming back for more. It's like that whole variety
Right.
buffet. I want to make sure these people are coming back for more, and not being. I just want to be a one hit wonder. But I know you as a man yourself, your stature, you all about putting 1,000% into your projects. Take it to the mindset of Bama Boy. What is the mindset of Bama Boy when it comes to taking on these projects that you're doing? Because I know you want to make sure that every product is a box office hit.
Well, the main thing is just like the name of the podcast is, walking His ways. I'm just trying to do what God tells me to do, try to spread His word through all forms of media. And so I tend to look at it like kind of make it like parables in the Bible, how Jesus told parables, and like those parables were relatable to those people as well, but they also had different meanings. And so that's all I'm trying to do is just trying to make stuff relatable to people and have like a deeper meaning. So everything that I put out, you may see something at the core, but deep down, it's a spiritual meaning to it as well. So that's really what's in my mind when I do everything that I do.
And that's what's up right there. Also, gotta give a big shout out to Pastor G in the building as well. Gregory Moore, he's in the building. He's watching us. Big shout out to Pastor G. Man, y'all make sure y'all watch his ministry every week. He live stream every week, Facebook Live. So, hey, Pastor G, if you're still in the comment section, go ahead and plug in your information so people can catch your ministry. I know it's a weekly ministry that you do. For those who want to hear awesome word or on time word, Pastor G, he's the man. He's a instructor used by the Most High God. So y'all check him out every week. Support his ministry. Awesome young man in the ministry as well. So Pastor G, if you in the comment section, my brother, go ahead and put your information in. We'd be glad to share it here on the podcast. Because at the end of the day, and I said, and this lately shot been in my spirit too as well, is it takes a village. When I say it takes a village, it takes all of us to really support each other. If it takes a village to raise children, it takes a village to help all of us come together. It's not an individual thing. It's not an island thing. It's all about coming together, helping other people, showcasing other people, pushing people to the next level in their life that they can fulfill the benefits and reap the fruits of their labor. And that's what it's all about.
Sure.
So, Shay, you have anything you want to ask?
Yeah, Bell Boy. So I don't know where I read it. Did I hear somewhere you're from Trinity Gardens? Did you say you're from Trinity Gardens? Okay. So I don't know Trinity Gardens, but anywhere I can think of Trinity Gardens, that's like an inner city urban neighborhood, right? Is that true? Or am I saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, every time I think of Trinity Gardens, like, that's the hood, right? It's like, we all know what Trinity Gardens, right? So my question is, with the accolades and the awards and the things that you've been able to accomplish, right? Even being able to produce a video, for Little Dirk and now your new movie. Is it kind of like, Mama, I made it? Are you there yet? Do you feel like you've made it? Or do you feel like there's a lot more that you have to accomplish before you feel like that you made it?
I feel like it's a lot more I still have to do. A whole lot more. I know a lot of people, once I did the video for Dirk, they kind of looked at me and like I made it, but I really didn't feel like it. I feel like God has more for me to do. So I feel like it's a lot, and I love actually being from Trinity Gardens because I'm like probably 5th generation. My family been there since they had dirt roads, since they didn't even have any streets, and they had to like swim to school, but it was a swamp. So my family been there for a long time, and I just love. So it don't matter where you're from, you can always make it. It don't matter where you're from, you can always make it. And so that's really my motivation.
Yeah, I love that. Do you do anything for the community when you go back home? I don't know if you live at home or
Um,
if you still live in the same area.
yeah, I do. So actually, this year um I was crowned like the admin of the Trinity Garden group, Facebook group. They have like about 1,000 members from the community. And so I became the admin of it. It was created by Michael Douglas, and he actually saw my love from Trinity Gardens. He was like, and I showed him interest in actually being the next admin. So he gave me the reins and let me take control over the group. It's called Trinity Garden Legacy. And so we plan on doing a lot of stuff in the neighborhood, a lot of stuff in the community. And I really just I love getting feedback from people in the neighborhood. And it's from movies as well. Like anything I do, I love getting feedback and kind of giving people what they need, not exactly what they want, but what they need. So yeah, so I actually plan on doing a lot of stuff in the community, and my film gaming is actually being filmed in Trinity Gardens as well. And so that's one of the things I wanted to do with my first feature film is put spotlights on the neighborhood I'm from, show how we live, how we came up, as well as hopefully make it like a place where people come film movies in the future. You know, make it like a tourist attraction. So that's my goal.
I love that. Awesome.
Oh, so I'm hearing that is Mobile gonna be the next Hollywood. So we're gonna be calling
Oh yeah, for
Mobile,
sure.
Alabama, Mobile Wood after a while. Because like I said, it's popular. I know that's my hometown. I know I'm here in the DFW now, but I'm seeing everybody switching to the media aspect now.
Yeah.
Everybody getting into making creativity. Remember in school they had like creative writing. Back in school. Do they still, if anybody, they still do creative writing in school? I know they had creative writing, but
I'm not sure.
But did that creative writing was leading up to something? We never thought about how big it was, but we know creative writing was leading up to something. So we know a lot of people now are getting into more creative writing, putting these storylines together. We see the storylines play out all the time. Where you're a pro wrestling fan, like I love pro wrestling, they got storylines. NFL, NBA storylines. Different TV program storylines. So we see a lot of storylines going on now, and we have our own personal storyline, right? Because we showcase our own personal storylines every day. The Most High wakes us up to see another day, so we have our own storyline. But I'm gonna ask you this, Bam. I know you are a businessman. When at the end of the day, it's about business. So when it comes to writing, what are you looking for when it becomes? Because I know you want the best writers on your team. Let's just be realistic. You want the best writers on your team with the best writers on your staff. So when it comes to writers, what are you looking for when it comes to writing? Because you about back at box office movies. So what does it take for a writer to work with you, and what are you looking for?
So to be honest, I'm a writer myself. So like majority of my projects, I'm probably going to be the main writer for. I kind of look at Tyler Perry. I looked at him because he started off doing his shows where he had like a group of writers. But I forgot what happened with the whole situation. But now he writes all his shows and everything himself. That way he can control the direction and everything like that. But I would love to collab with people. You just have to have a good vision. A good commitment. Because I'm willing to collab with anybody. As long as God says I can do it, then I'm willing to do it. But just have a good vision, good plan, and then I'm with it.
Yeah, because we know that wording plays a role, the grammar, the proper terminology, the grammar plays a role. In writing, we got books now. And I think we haven't talked about this on the show a while back. Writing and stuff like that. The creativity. Where do you go for your creativity, Bam? Because I know you being a film director, you always had a creative mind. So, what do you go to get all your creativity from?
Well, with movies, I watch a lot of movies. I love movies. So I watch a lot of movies. I talk to people. I love talking to people, hearing people's stories, whether it be young or old. I really love talking to elderly people because I love hearing the stories from back in the day. And it just motivates me to continue doing what I'm doing because they tell their stories about how they made it through what they went through. So I love talking to people, hearing other people's stories, and watching movies, listening to music. Like even when I listen to music, like I listen to a new artist, if I listen to their CD or album, I want to hear their story in their CD. Like that. That's what interests me, is hearing their story. So yeah, so like I said, I just love hearing people's stories, watching people's stories.
And that's what's up. Shy, you have anything?
And that's I feel you on that, Bama boy, right? Because I'm thinking this. I'm like, okay, I see your resume, I see all the great things that you're doing and all that, but I want to know a little bit more about the artist, about the man behind the project, right? And when did you decide that this is what you were going to do with your life? Because you could go off and do other things, but when did you decide that this is my purpose, to use these talents to put the good message out there to the world? When did you decide that this was your life's work?
Well, I think maybe probably like in 2015 when I first started doing. I always been a rapper, so I had secular music before, but about 2015, I refound God again, and I started kind of just transitioning and evolving, and so I started off rapping, but I didn't have any music or anything at that time. And so God told me, just say it without the music. So that's when I started doing the spoken word. And so doing the spoken word, I noticed that it opened up a lot of doors for me, because I started getting booked for doing spoken word that a lot of people, there weren't a lot of people doing it at that time. And so there was a lot of rappers, a lot of gospel rappers, Christian rappers, but there weren't many people doing spoken word. So that kind of opened the doors for me, and that's just something that God told me. And then I transitioned again to film, and he's like, any kind of media that you do, just do it for my purpose, just do it for me. So that's why I started doing the film as well. And so yeah, that's pretty much how it is. It's just like, I guess last year, I think it was, when I resigned from my job, I worked for a university for 8 years doing research. And I was doing research in local communities. And so that taught me, that's why I love community so much. It taught me a lot about my own community, but it also showed me, how to reach the community. I made a lot of connections, but like I said, I resigned so I could focus more on doing films, because I feel like this is what God wants me to do. At this moment in my life. Like at first I thought it was spoken word, then I transited. It's like it keeps evolving, but I just know that it's dealing with media. And so now this film project, I've been working on it for about 4 or 5 years. And so I said, I'm going to give my all and put my all into this. So that's where I'm at right now.
And you know why, Furman, this is so rich, what he just said, because number one, if we commit, God wants us to commit our ways to him. Our gifts to him, everything that we do, he wants us to commit it to him. And that is why Bama Boy is being blessed in the way that he is. And God is going to take him to a whole nother stratosphere, because he's committed his ways to God, right? He's like, no matter what I do, whether I'm rapping, whether it's spoken word, whether I'm writing, whether it's film, whether it's directing, whether it's lights and sound, God, I commit this over unto you. And I think if we take on that mindset and that heart posture, that God, no matter what I do, I commit it over unto you, then God will continue to bless us in really big ways. But sometimes when we get that little success that, that we prayed for and that we worked for, guess what? We put God on the shelf too, don't we? And we're like, okay, I got it from here, God. Let me go get this shine on. And then we wonder why we go backwards. Well, because you stop committing your ways unto God, And so I love that,
That's where I'm at now. I'm glad you see that. That's where I'm at now, because I did that, But now I'm back, and I'm like, I have to stay with it. I have to stay committed. That's why my record label is Committed Films. My company is Committed Films. It's all about being committed. I got committed tattooed on my face, so I can remind myself to stay committed to God. So that's where it's at. So I love that you said that.
I feel that, yeah.
Man, that's what's up right there. Hey, we're gonna take another quick commercial break. This is a very inspiring quote from Coach Prime. And after that, we're going to jump right back into our Q&A conversation.
I never think about failure. I'm not a failure. I've won everywhere I've gone, all the way back from a shorty. I'm a darn winner, man. That's what I do. Not only a winner, My winning is not based on games. My winning is based on life. I want these kids to graduate, to be fine young men, to open doors, and yes ma'am, and no ma'am, and yes sirs, no sirs, to be fathers, not baby daddies, to be real men that shows up on time and early, that if they say they're going to do it, they do it. I want them to raise young women with grace and class and dignity. I want them to graduate. I want them to own things. We teach so much other than just football here. It's unbelievable. That's why I always say, if you send me a boy, I'm going to send you back a man, and I mean that 100%.
That's from Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, a very inspiring, motivational quote that I seen. I had to put it on here on the podcast. I love what Deion is doing in the lives of them young men in Colorado, the way he raised his own children as well. It's just good to see that, Bama. It's good to see that shot. Just the vision, cleaning up this mess that we had all experienced, but changing lives, transforming lives. God did not just us sit here to waste life. God put us here to give life, give opportunities. Like he said, to own things. He said, you send me a bum, send you back a man. And that's what is that. Going back to the basics, going back to the original blueprint. That's why I love God's grace, God's mercy, giving us another chance in life, but make sure we get this thing right. And y'all mentioned the word commit. When he said commit, when we commit our ways to God, we know that we're gonna prosper, we're gonna be blessed. And giving it over back into him. Okay, God, you gave it to me. Now I'm giving it back to you. Because I know I give it back to you, it's gonna reap 100-fold, 1,000-fold, just putting it out there. And that's what it's about, commitment. Let's talk about that word, commitment. When you hear that word commitment, Bam, what's the first thing that comes to you? I know you say you have a tattoo where you remind yourself. So what's the first thing popping in your mind when you hear that word commit? Because we know that's a very powerful word, commit.
Right. Just staying to it, clinging to what you're committed to, and don't let anything stray you from your path. If you're moving, if you're going forward, there might be an obstacle here. You might have to go left, you might have to go right. You can go around it, but as long as you keep moving forward, So that's pretty much what commitment means to me. And then I know I had this verse that I use it as a verse for my company, and it's like 1 Peter. I'll read it real fast if I can. It's like 1 Peter 4:19. It says, "So then, those who suffer according to God's will should commit themselves to the faithful Creator and continue to do good." And so that's 1 Peter 4:19, and that really just stood out to me. And it's like that's what I need to do. I just need to stay committed no matter what happens. You know what I'm saying? And even though I might suffer according to God's will, I just have to commit myself to Him, and everything will work out.
And most definitely, what you say about that, Sean? What you say?
Man, Bama, you take it as a church tonight.
yeah.
Because when I'm thinking about commitment, I'm thinking that's really cliche, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I'm thinking it's 10 toes down.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like we're immovable. Committed means you're immovable. No matter what, you're cemented, committed, cemented, immovable, unshakable, right? Off of your goals, off of your dreams, off of things you want to do, to a person, to a organization, whatever it may be, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when you said 4:19, that reminded me commitment. Jesus was a perfect explanation or perfect example of what that was. He was committed to his Father's will. He was committed to saving us, no matter the betrayal that he went through, the lies, the horrific crucifixion that he suffered.
Right.
He was committed.
Yep.
Right? How many of us are that committed? We tuck tail and run the first time it gets hard. We tuck tail and run first time something don't go our ways. First time someone offends us. First time a deal goes through. First time actor don't show up. First time you know what I mean. You just can't. How committed are we?
That's real.
You know what? We're gonna finish that up. We're gonna do another music video, and we're gonna get right back into this conversation on commitment. So we're gonna do another music video, and we're going to jump right back into it. For those who watching us, man, let us know you watching us, man. Leave us some in the comment section. We love to hear from you. We love to give you a big shout out as well. And once again, we are accepting music videos, so you're artists. Not just that, we set the commercials too as well. So it's all about taking a village. So we're going to do another music video, and we're going to jump right back into our Q&A conversation with Bama Boy Buck.
My dreams come alive when I look in your eyes. Set my heart off through the day, feelings that never go away. The bond we have, I know we can lose. Next time when you're lonely, I just wanna see you tonight. We'll trace the skies of love.
Man, don't be falling asleep, man. You know you fall asleep in there in the job, bro.
I'm tired, man. It's been a long day, man.
Man, don't fall asleep. Look. Don't fall asleep, man. Whatever you do, don't fall asleep, man. All right. Right there.
What's up, everybody? We're back here on Walking This Way Impact Wars Podcast. I am your host, Fervor Jackson Jr., along with my lovely special co-host, Shy in the building as well, with our featured guest, film director, artist, who have many hats, Bama Buck Boy. That was the song Tonight by Keely Hooks. We appreciate him for submitting his music video as well. Like I said, man, we're doing big things here on the podcast. We're playing music. We're having great conversation, inspirational conversation. So we appreciate everybody hanging out with us, timing in, tuning in with us as well. Also, so before we went into the music, we were talking about commitment. We know that word is very, very strong, commitment. You got to be committed in everything you do. Even the scripture tells us that. But let me ask you this tonight. I don't want y'all to answer this. Will people be more committed to the things that they really enjoy doing instead of being committed to the things that they don't enjoy doing?
Yeah, I would say they would.
Yeah, right.
Because I think it will make it more easy and more convenient. A lot of times we have been committed to the wrong things, and that's how we end up quitting. Right. But honestly, we have trying time. We're gonna have times where things will come up per se, but it's more easy where people now will. I'm like this. If your heart is not into a thing, I will not commit to it. Mm-hmm. Can we be honest with that?
Yeah.
Mm.
Because go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, that was saying because we could be committed. Okay, let's talk about relationships, friendships, whatever. You may have a friend who has a business, but you're not committed in doing the business along with them because your heart is not into it. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to, because what happened, a lot of people end up having fallen out because they're not committed to a thing. They just do lip service. Like the scripture says, Jesus said, you worship me in vain, but your hearts are from me. If that makes sense. Y'all want to time in on that? Because a lot of stuff been broken because of false commitment. If that makes sense on what I'm saying. I'm trying to put this thing together. Because if your heart is not into it, would you still commit to it if your heart is not into it?
Well, let's talk about what commitment is. I think sometimes we need to let's talk about some of the synonyms. So I pulled up synonyms for commitment, and maybe people can relate just a bit more. Dedication is a synonym for commitment. Are you dedicated? Right? Loyalty. Are you loyal to a thing? Are you loyal to a person? Are you loyal? Like no matter what, you're going to, they can depend on you. Right? Allegiance. Do you have any allegiances with anyone? Devotion. Are you devoted? Fidelity. Right? Faithfulness. Come on, somebody. Steadfastness. Mm-hmm. These are synonyms of commitment. But see, the one thing I think that we need to understand this very clearly, that if we lower our expectations or keep our expectations from people, because we expect people to be committed to us when we're not, or committed to, them. When we're committed to them, they're not committed to us. But you know why, Furman? Because people quit everything that they do.
Right.
They quit school. They quit college. They quit marriage. They quit the gym. They quit diets. They quit everything. So if we understand people do that, then that's going to definitely lessen our heartache. But at the end of the day, how committed, how dedicated, how devoted are you to a thing? Because that's what's going to keep you in a thing, is how dedicated and committed you are.
So basically, it has to be the principle of the whole matter instead of, because a lot of times we base stuff off our feelings, our emotions. It's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I feel like it today, but then when it comes to tomorrow, I don't feel like doing it. So
that's not commitment. That's you being wishy-washy. You just not being committed. You're not trusting the process, right? Because commitment means when you want to and when you don't want to, right, Bama boy?
Exactly, and I feel like that's, to me, like love. I feel like love is a commitment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a commitment that you sign up for, that you say, okay, well, I'm gonna love this person forever, that's what I'm gonna do, no matter what happens. Like you might feel differently, but you still say, okay, well, I'm gonna stick to it. So I feel like it goes beyond feelings. It's all about staying true to what you said. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. That made me think about the marital vows. We say from sickness to health. We say from death to us part, rich or poor. We say all that stuff. But when it actually hits, people bag out. I'm gonna say this for example. You hear people who divorce for like really stupid reasons. I don't know. But anyway, okay, I don't want to be with this individual because they gain weight. Okay, they gain weight. Okay, they gain weight. You're gonna leave them because they gain weight.
No, they're not. They're not. But they're not. Right? It wasn't the weight. It's possibly the baggage that the weight brought. It's probably the lack of commitment that the weight is even on. Come on, I just said something. I'm not in the mood for this today, right? So it's not, oh God, it's the weight. No, it's the process of getting that weight.
Mm-hmm.
It was the lack of commitment, making sure that you stayed looking good for your mate. It was that. It was the lack of you committing yourself to having a good, healthy life, a good, healthy self-image. So maybe the lack of that commitment is what got you where you are. We have to look at the root of a thing. It's not just the fruit of a thing. Let's talk about the root of a thing.
Yeah, because it's like the commitment part. Okay, they throw that out, but I'm still committed to the long haul. Even though things may happen, I'm still gonna be committed. Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, we're gonna tough this thing out. We committed. We made this commitment to be together, and we're gonna ride this thing till the wheels fall off. Because we got, in other words, they say it should be purpose. It should be meaning behind. Well, I'm talking about this tonight, but the purpose and the meaning of coming together. Instead of saying, I'm not talking about this, instead of saying I's married now, but it has to be it's a purpose behind why we got together. It's a purpose why you're doing your business. It's a purpose why you're making movies. So it's a purpose of why you're in the financial world. It's a purpose behind things because everybody has a reason why they do what they do. And that will make you committed. That will keep you going. Like Bama, you mentioned the word commit. So that keeps you going. Your commitment wakes you up early before the alarm clock, right? Your commitment keeps you going when everyone else is not on board, but you still going. Because at the end of the day, because this is something you've been married to. Yeah, we may be married. You may be married to an individual, but are you married to the things you're committed to?
So good.
That's real. Yeah, I love how you said that purpose is what you committed to. Because that's to me, that's real. Because like even if things change, if both of y'all are still committed to that same purpose, that's never gonna change. So, like, let's say it's two people and they say, well, okay, I'm gonna go to LA. You know what I'm saying? But one person might get off the plane and say, okay, well, I want to stay here. But that's not our original purpose. Our purpose is to make it to LA. And so we got to go together. You know what I'm saying? But if one person changed their purpose, then that's when the commitment changes. But if you both committed to that same purpose, then you're both going to get to LA sooner or later.
I know.
And you know what else too? Defining that purpose is so very important.
For sure.
Right? Because if I have my mindset of what this purpose is, and you have your mindset of what this purpose is, and now we're in this commitment, but not with the same purpose, but we're supposed to be committed, drawing at straws. Now it's too late. Now you freaking out. Well, you never really got clear, concise vision of what your purpose together was. So how do you commit to something when you have two separate purposes and mindsets?
Right.
You know what?
Yeah.
You gotta be together. That's why Dr. Miles Monroe, big shout out to Miles Monroe, he said is, I don't know why we talking about this tonight, but he said when it comes to when a man asks a woman to marry him, he said a woman should ask him what's the vision is.
Has to.
Ladies,
Yeah.
If a man asks you to marry him,
Yeah.
you need to ask him before you say I do what the vision is.
Absolutely.
In other words, because God made the woman to help me. Women gotta have something to work with, gentlemen. I want to say that. Women have to have something to work with. If they don't have anything to work with, they're gonna leave because God designed them to be to help me. So if you're not giving them anything to help with, they gone. Because they need something to work with. If that makes sense what I'm saying. Guys, some guys don't understand that. If you're not giving her anything to work with, and I'm not talking about in the bedroom, I'm talking about mission statement, your life statement. What's the vision? Legacy, children. How we gonna raise our children? Educational wise, tradition wise. See, love this stuff.
How we managing this money, right? What's the spiritual life going to be together, right? Like, do you pray for me? I'm praying for you. Can we pray together? All of those things. Come on, somebody.
Right, it plays a role. You gotta have different stages. You have the marriage stage. You got to have the family stage. You got to have the grandparent stage because you're gonna become grandparents one day. You got to have a stage for the grandparent stage. Man, this stuff is so. I don't know why we talking about this tonight, but all we get this vision. And the Bible talks about this as well. Without a vision, the people perish. So if you have a vision, single people, if you are single out there, if you don't have a vision for that individual, they just gonna leave. They don't want their time wasted. If you're not giving anything to work with, they just go up and leave. Anybody want to comment on that? Because
man, this show has to be over by now because I don't even have enough time to talk about how you are. Like, this is definitely another topic for another time, but it's absolutely true, right? Listen, you know what? This is why I tell women, and I tell men. So I tell men, women are natural nurturers. What you give us, we multiply, right? You give us a seed, we give you a baby. You give us a house, we give you a home. You give us ingredients, we give you a meal. You give us confusion, we give you wrath. Come on, somebody, right? You give us nothing, we bear more of nothing. So you're absolutely right, Furman. And so men, you need to have a clear, concise understanding where you want to do. And why do you need a helpmeet? Why do you need a partner? Why are you bringing on another person in your life? To do what? Right. Because after the sex is gone and after the butterflies are gone, you still have to be doing something. And a whole bunch of nothing leads to a whole bunch of nothing. And you are absolutely right. It just ain't gonna work.
It's a major thing behind this thing, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. When it comes to finances, let me say it really. And I thank God for growing us up and maturing us because this really helps us out a lot to understand the vision, understand what's at hand. Think about it. Businesses have mission statements. You have a business statement. The entrepreneurs on here, y'all have mission statement right for your business, right? And you follow with the guidelines. And then when people come to your business, you expect them to follow the rules of your company. That same thing with having a vision for marriage. Okay, having a mission statement for a marriage. To have a clear mission statement. I don't know why we talking about this tonight. We talking about movie. We talking about something else. But that get clear, concise path on knowing where we going, what we had. Think about it. God is a visionary. Jesus was a visionary. Yeah. Jesus told the disciples, "Follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men." He knew where he was going. Paul said, "Follow me as I follow Christ." He was confident in knowing where he was going. Don't tell nobody to follow you if you don't know where you're going.
What you say?
The blind lead the blind. You can't. Two blinds can't lead each other. Right. Someone need to be the seer. Someone need to see what's going on, what's ahead. And I think everything would be a whole lot better if we learn how to get vision. In other words, we need to go to God to get the vision, where we need to be going, what we need to be doing. Allow him to minister to our hearts, speak to our hearts, speak to our minds. And I think it's going to be a great thing. Anybody else want to chime in on that? I know we're present for time.
Now, I just want to say real quick that as far as the vision, you got to come back to it as well. You know what I'm saying? And talk about it too, because it kind of evolve. It could kind of change. So you come back to it every now and then just to make sure you're still on the same page. You know what I'm saying?
So
one time and just be like, okay, well, that's it. We ain't gonna talk about it no more. And just like Sha said, I might think something different than somebody else might think. That goes with being married, business wise, anything, Just come back and make sure you have a clear understanding. Because if you don't have that clear understanding, then it can fail.
And just like you said too, Bama, just really quickly, we're always evolving.
Right.
And if you are on a constant journey of becoming better and of really just doing this purpose thing with God correctly, God is going to go evolve you. Right? We go from glory to glory.
Right.
We go from glory to glory, guys. And so if we are not every day doing everything that we can to move closer and closer to our purpose and excellence, then I think we're missing the point. And if we can have people in our lives that we can help enhance their lives and they enhance ours, then we probably really need to evaluate who we have on our journey.
And most definitely. And I got to reset. Definitely, Miss Hudson said, definitely need a clear purpose, clear steps to get to the goal. You're right. You gotta see.
That's my mom. Shout out to my mama.
Okay, big shout out to her. Okay, then. Big shout out. You gotta have a clear purpose. You gotta have that. So big shout out to moms, of course. You gotta have a clear purpose. You gotta know where you're going. You gotta have that 2020 vision. You got that 2020 vision. Oh man, it's a rough road, man. We hope everybody had a great night. We're pretty ready to get off the air. Bam, do you have any final remarks you want to leave here with the listening audience? You have any words of wisdom, words of encouragement? Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate you for having me. You know what I'm saying? My only advice is just stay committed. Stay committed to your purpose. Find out what your purpose is first, and then stay committed to it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, I'm the marketing director for the Voices of Gospel Music Awards as well. So I want to shout out them. Shout out Pastor Gary Johnson. We've in our 8th year this year. We just had our 8th year, so next year it's gonna be the 9th year. It's gonna keep getting bigger and better. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Also, stay committed. 8 years. 8 is number new beginnings, as they say. 8 is new beginnings. So embrace that new beginning. Shall I go ahead, let everybody know what's going on with you? How can they reach out to you? How can they follow you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much, Furman, for having me on. I just love doing this with you and hanging out on your podcast. You have some amazing guests. Bama Boy Buck, great to meet you. You're one of those people, you cannot judge a book by its cover, right? Because you know what? You are a very anointed, a powerful, powerful young man. And I pray that God continues to bless you and cover you, and that everything that your hand touches shall prosper. And I pray that your biggest and wildest dreams come true, because you have committed your ways to Jesus, and his word shall not return unto him void. So continue to focus like never before and watch the doors open, watch the floodgates of heaven pour a deluge of blessings upon you. I just believe that with all my heart, and I ask that God does that for you. So guys, if you want anything from me, I am Chilonda Clebourn, licensed financial professional. I'm the one that helps you get your financial house together. I help you with your life insurance, auto and home insurance. I help you with your retirement plans, your emergency funds, those things that you really need to do to have a healthy financial outlook. But you got to have a plan, just like Bama Buck Boy said. So I give you the plan for the blueprint of your financial house. 713-566-1228. And you can also reach me at Chilonda Clebourn, and I would love to help you as well.
And I also got to give a big shout out to Miss Jones in the comment. Says shout out to special guest and Mr. Bama. I have some great material for y'all. I'm gonna keep grinding. Okay, big shout out to Miss Jones in the comment section.
Diana, yes, thank you so much.
Very favorite supporter of the podcast as well. So we're about to get lead the studio, ladies and gentlemen. We're shutting out with one more video that's gonna lead us out, and I'll be back here tomorrow night, 7 p.m. coming to the stage by our next guest. So when y'all tune in with us on tomorrow night at 7 p.m., of course, you'll get the Saturday morning show at 10 a.m. Big shout out to Mr. Barrett, great guy. He was on with me last Saturday morning. 70 years young. He's 70 years old, but he don't look at it at all. He take care of himself, and he had an awesome time. We got to bring him back on again. Big shout out to his daughter as well for setting it up. We got some great guests lined up for this whole entire month, and then working on November. December. We want to finish the year out strong.
You're an
ladies and
example of
gentlemen.
commitment.
Hey, yeah, you're right about that. I am. Hey, been doing this since 2009 and still going strong in 2023. And I thank God for every step of the way of doing this. So, like I said, we are doing music videos. So you want to shout out, man. Matter of fact, also with Sha, ladies and gentlemen, Sha, she's my personal financial person as well. I'm not just saying this because we're on the show, but she actually really is my personal financial person. So if you're very serious about getting your finances in order, this is something to really sit down and think about, especially if you plan on having a family, you have a spouse in your life. Just God forbid something happened to you. You want to make sure they're taken care of. Let's stop doing the GoFundMe accounts. Let's stop doing all these plate sales and everything else and start being about our business when it comes to even the scriptures tell us if we do not take care of ourselves, especially our own household, we're worth in the infidel. That's God's word. So we need to take care of ourselves and take care of those in our household as well. The Bible said we're worth in the infidel. That's worth in the unbeliever. So let's take this thing seriously, ladies and gentlemen. And let's stop doing the GoFundMe accounts. Matter of fact, getting a policy. Matter of fact, Sha, can you elaborate more into the policy? Explain to the people that getting a policy is not that expensive. It's really reasonable. But go ahead, since you're expertise in that thing, go ahead and shine light on before we're to leave there.
Yeah, I mean, the question is how important is your family to you, right? If something were to happen to you, how important is your family? Is your family worth $50, $60, $70, $100 a month to protect them and to continue on with your legacy, right? And so we really need to, like you said, we need to end the fish fries and GoFundMe campaigns. But guys, being educated is the main thing. See, I'm not going to give you a sales pitch. I'm going to give you the facts, and I'm going to show you how to do what you need to do for your family. So don't be afraid. Simply call me at 713-566-1228. I can customize a life insurance policy that's exactly what you need for your family so that you don't leave your family in financial ruin if something were to happen to you unexpectedly. We can really do better. And leaving a legacy for our children's children is our rightful duty. And you do that with life insurance. So I would love to help you with that.
Yeah, awesome stuff. And like I said, we're going to be back here tomorrow night here on Walking This Way Impact Voice. Probably do some more education when it comes to money. You know, people, let's talk about money. That's really, let's educate ourselves when it comes to this, because the Bible said, my people destroy for lack of knowledge. It's good to have the spiritual aspect. It really is, but we need to have the other aspect too, because God tells us not to be slothful in business, but favoring the spirit. And we can be slothful at times. We all have been there. That's why it takes a village. I believe that's why we understand what about being born again. The scripture tells that we must be born again. So take this as a relearning start of your life. No matter if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, no matter what age, let's be born again. Let's restart our lives all over again. Even though we were starting over from a spiritual standpoint, but the Bible said that God restored the years that were taken from us. Think about it. He restored years. Think about the stuff you miss out on, but God's going to restore that. He restored years of the cake of worms, everything took it from us. So he's restored. So that's what it's all about. So I'm going to play one more video, ladies and gentlemen, and then we're going to be out this thing, and we're going to be back here tomorrow night here on Walking This Way Impact Voice Podcast. You have a great night, everybody. Peace out.
Coffee Sun Music. Do it. Hey. Hey. Sweet poison. When I walk to the valley of death, when I move to the deepest of sea, even if I get to the point of no way, there is somebody. There is somebody. When I call, you hear and answer me. He is closer, closer to me. When you call, you hear and answer you. He is closer, closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you. ever stand against you. There is somebody. There is somebody. When you call, you hear and answer you. He is closer, closer to you. When you call, you hear and answer you. He is closer, closer to you. Closer to me. He's closer to you. Closer to you. Closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you. Nana nyame, nana nyame, nana nyame. Udi ya wonse sarada. So kuni mu yedina. Bo Yesu dina inkwa umu. Ni bo sheina ye ani. Oka ye hu ti Yesu ro. Ni bo sheina ye ani. Odi yechi ti Yesu ro. Closer to me. He's closer to me. Closer to you. He's closer to you. Closer to me. Closer to you. Closer to me. He's closer to me. Closer to you. Closer, closer. Closer, closer. Okay, home. Odi. Closer, closer. Closer, closer. Okay, home. Odi. Closer to me. It's closer. Closer to you.